Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 10th, and today was a lovely, beautiful, kind of drizzly, kind of overcasty, kind of foggy day, but overall pretty good day. Got up this morning, nothing really big hurry, took our time, got around a little bit here nice and slow, headed into town. Went ahead. I thought about getting up and running early. I was up early anyway, but it was so foggy and drizzly and rainy. I was afraid of getting run over by a car, to be completely honest with you. So I didn't want to run around the campground here like 5 times just to get a mile in either around the stupid little pond here. So went ahead and said hell, put it off. So I had run this afternoon, but got up this morning, got Karen up, got a few things done, nothing major. Headed into town to a place called Sunny Rock Eggs and Things, the little breakfast joint. Not the greatest in the world, but it was good. It was a nice little place. Had a wonderful little breakfast. Chilled out there a little bit. Decided we're not sure what we're going to do. So we just headed out, and instead of heading back on Blue Ridge Parkway, which we do quite often, we decided to take out on 221 or 321. I think it's 221. Headed out that way, and basically looking for a spot that Karen's son always considered his favorite spot. So basically, I guess, I don't know, he was like 8 or something. He named it his favorite spot and then continued that throughout his life as that was his favorite spot, which was basically just side of a road, little spot you can pull off into. Giant rock overhang. There's a little cavern, like little cave looking thing up there, just kind of where the rock sticks out. Not really enough. If it really ran hard, you'd probably stay somewhat dry up in there, but it's all the water running down and underneath the road, and there's a big giant culvert they built out of concrete. It's a big square tube, and when he was little, they'd let him crawl around all the rocks and stuff, and this time it's been raining up here a lot, so definitely a lot more water, way wetter, way slicker than it normally is, but they normally let him crawl around, including crawling through the tube underneath the road and let him play on the other side of the stream and stuff and all the fun that comes with that. So we always try and find that spot when we're up here and kind of just hang out there a minute. If he was with them, then they would always, take him back to the spot and let him hang out there and play on the rocks. Even as he got older, they would still do that with him. And we went there, got a couple photos and hung out there a little while, and then just basically drove down, the road, just chilling off and on, taking some little back roads and side roads here and there. End up finding a little rest stop area stopped into, and it was a little bit, like quite a bit of fog, but we saw a little bit of views here and there. Came to one of the little trails we were out hiking along, just kind of walking and stuff, and stumbled into this one little spot, and it said Hawk Trail something. There was like 90 feet that way, or zero point 0.2 miles to the left was a place called Stacked Rock. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, let's see what that is. And just we started on that trail a little bit, it was real rooty and just kind of a tripping hazard upon many things here. So the couple hitters coming up, they were, I don't know, probably, 50-ish, some of that, mid 40s like that, both massively overweight. And the one sounded like she was like restricting her breath, almost like she sounded like a Trek tube man, like the way she was breathing, but like she refused to open her mouth. She was like like the breathing thing. I was like, it's just nice in point two, and she goes, it's way farther than point two. It's way farther than that. It's really difficult. It's tripping. Blah blah. It was kind of chuckled. So we basically headed on down. We both bought new hiking shoes, so we're like, hey, we should be good here. And Karen's not nearly in the shape she was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, she was running like 10Ks and stuff with me and out running most every day. And she's not been doing that since she messed her hip up real bad, messed her back up. So she's been getting more and more out of shape. And the whole process, she's now getting back into it a little better because she got real bad there for a while. Now she's feeling better, so she's able to do more. But she's not able to do nearly what she was. And this is some treacherous stuff on the spots anyway, let alone, when you're not feeling great. And the altitude difference between Florida flatland and up here is way different as well. So we were hiking through, taking our sweet time to the point that I was looking at my GPS watch, and it was like 30-minute pace, 40-minute pace, 50-minute pace. And I remember it saw like 56 something. It was like the pace per mile, so it's like 56 minutes a mile, whatever. And then it went to like just straight lines across, which means it's over an hour a mile. It can't register after an hour a mile. So I'm like, well, we're going less than 1 mile an hour right now. So we literally kind of chuckled and laughed about that. So we were going along. We got pretty close to the end. Lady caught up from the back, and then I basically kind of chatted with her for a moment. Told her she'd go ahead and go ahead of us because just taking our sweet time. We're not in a hurry. And she goes, I'm not much faster and stuff, but she headed up. And then shortly after she passed me, because Karen was behind me, she passed Karen, then passed me, we could see the steps. I'm like, well, actually, the stairs, I think, would be the spot we're looking for. It's going to be just a set of stairs. Never been here, did not know for certain. And Karen got there and stuff, and we got there, and it was amazing. Karen rested for a while at this first side of the stairs. And the lady came back, and she's like, you got to look at the other side. It's more stairs up and over, but back down, but the view is much better over there and stuff. So they hiked over there. All three of us ended up over there, talked a little bit. And we were kind of chatting, and I look at the trail keeps going on down the trail, but I was like, I don't know where it's at. I told Karen, I said, hey, if you want to hang out here for a little bit and rest, I'm going to head down the trail a ways. And every time I would like, okay, I'm going to stop, I was seeing another spot that was just more beautiful than the last spot, and I kept going, and I went probably another, I don't know, quarter mile, maybe at least 0.2 more miles down the road. So it was 0.25 to the far side of the stacked rock is where you end up. So the lady technically didn't lie; it was a lot farther than 0.2, but there's no way without GPS she would have known between a 0.2 and a 0.25. There's no way she could have known the difference there, but it is what it is. So I hit it on probably a good distance over, and oh my god, it was some difficult spots. Like I'm jumping off rocks and it's raining, it's wet, and it's that part with it was driving a lot easier and stuff. And then I came across another set of stairs, and I'm like, man, if there's another out here, we can just walk through. Karen's like, even asked me, she goes, "There's another way out. I'll go that way." And I'm like, I don't know where it goes out. I don't know where it does turn out. It actually shows up in another parking area, but that parking lot luckily was technically closed. Although it would have done most likely is either one, I would have left her at that parking spot, that off rest area thing. I would have either ran the road back to the car, or I would have just fast hiked that trail back through again, which I'm glad I didn't have to because it was pretty long. So it was really treacherous and really difficult. But I found this gorgeous little overpass, and it was, oh my god, it was so stunning. Giant wooden bridge and just a beautiful waterfall underneath it. It was just, if it was not for being wet, I probably could have got Karen. There's a lot of times the big enough rocks for the jump downs, you would have to set your butt on it, turn around, and stand back up again. But with it being wet, I didn't want to get her butt all wet, that kind of thing either. So we chose not to venture onto that. So we headed back. She headed back early before I caught up to her pretty quickly. Got back to the car, everything was great. Went on down the roadaways, stumbled into a few more spots like that. Just pulled off on rest stops, saw some trails, and said, "Hey, let's go see what that looks like. Let's go see what this looks like." Hiked down to one of them. It was something about such and such overlook or whatever and stuff. So we hiked down to it. It wasn't too far away, and then we saw a couple different ones that I went down a little farther than she did. We stopped at one of them. You kind of hiked up through. It was just beautiful hiking. We just spent the day just pulling off on side roads and hiking little trails and just absolutely having a blast. Absolutely had a great time. Got back here to town, basically hung out a little bit. Decided to head out to go eat, and we got back to the house. Actually, went for my run, got my shower, all the fun that comes with it. We headed in town to go out to eat, and the first like 3 places we went to were all closed. I guess a lot of places closed Tuesday, Wednesday here because I guess the weekend, a lot more busy in the touristy area. So closed Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like, oh, that sucks. So we ended up ironically down at a pizza place, which is in an old Hardee's building. And it just, we kind of laughed and chuckled. We pulled up there and stuff, and they're like, "You here to pick up an order?" I'm like, "No, we're here to order food." And they saw them, look like there's people at the table. They were actually just moving the table, and they haven't got their dining area set up yet, their bar set up, nothing. So we went and ordered the pizza. They had told them to wait out in the car. So they said, "You can wait inside." I said, "No, it's fine. We'll wait in the car, no big deal." So we went and sit in the car. It's still kind of drizzling, kind of foggy and whatnot. So we grabbed a deep dish pizza, which was a thin crust, just rolled up the side. Like it was not what I would consider a deep dish. So paid a couple bucks extra for that. That was not worth the extra couple bucks, but it is what it is. So went ahead, ate it. It was good pizza though. Ended up having that, knocked it out, which was really good. Came back to the house to eat it, but no big deal. Then sat out here, enjoyed myself a cigar, and basically watched some Prime and some Hulu and whatnot. Went upstairs, hung out with her a little bit before we headed to sleep, and wrapped up and called it a night pretty early. Karen got a good nap when I went for my run. She went ahead and basically napped. I went over to ran around Price Lake, and it's like a 2.3 mile loop. And oh my lord, half it is fine, half it's fine, 25% of it is treacherous, and then the other 25% is mud, and it was just gross, so gross. I've had mud from up to my knees almost splashing on me and stuff. It was so gross. But I got back, I took the car up there and stuff while she napped. I got back, got my shower. Didn't wake her up, so I got a shower. She's like, "Are you back from your run?" I'm like, "I'm out of my shower, like we're ready to go." She's like, "Oh," so she got ready and got cleaned up and everything was good to go. So worked out well, and she needed the nap. She did really good. She napped real well, which she's a good napper when she gets a chance, and that's what vacation time is about, is napping. So definitely glad that happened. But yeah, overall, great night, great day. Just wish it wasn't so foggy, wish it wasn't so rainy, but can't have everything you want. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.